wanted to take a moment to talk about poker integrity with all the stuff that's going on. And, oh, man, you know, it's funny. I used to belong to a Facebook group called Team Michigan Poker, and they were a bunch of emotional people. Because I got kicked out of that group because I kept talking about how when you're playing online, you're going to either be running into people who are colluding or bots. Unless you know that the person that is in charge of that place has the utmost integrity out there. And, yeah, there's a shitload of bots out there, guys. You know, especially on the big, large unions. Whew. I think Doug Polk asked a really good question when he said, do you guys even care? And it's a legitimate question. I mean, but if you know the player pool is 5 to 15%, let's just say it's in the middle of the road. 1 out of 10 players is a bot playing GTO. And then not only playing GTO, but also has AI, so they're communicating with each other. That's a lot, 1 out of 10. Because if you're in a big tournament, you know, if you just have 3 of them at the same table, you're done for. 2 at a final table, you're done for. So, yeah. And here's the other thing. Do the, owners of ACR even care? Because they make rake off of it. They're like, who fucking cares? I posted on Twitter that at one point in time, I was approached by a team of colluders that wanted to join a club that I used to run and part of a big union. And, yeah, it was one of those things that I told them to go fuck off. You know? And they said, oh, we're going to cut you in part of it. We're going to demand, 60% rake back and this, that, and the other. And I mean, and I negotiated with them for a while for the purposes of learning what they negotiate for. And then I told them to fuck off at the end. And it was really interesting. Yeah. But yeah, most owners of clubs don't do that because they'll be greedy and they'll be like, oh, you're generating rake for my club. You're giving more activity to my players. Nah, fuck that, dude. No, I can't even stand angle shooters. I've gone off on angle shooters at tables before. If you ever want to just tilt the fuck out of me and you watch this video and you're one of my haters, angle shoot me, but don't pretend like you know me. And, yeah, that almost, I should say, it doesn't tilt me in the game, it tilts me in life. Because it's like, are you so bad that you have to angle shoot? And for those players who say that's part of the game, first of all, I respect that you have an opinion and that you stand behind that, but what the fuck? That is not part of the game. Like, I understand that's your opinion and you're valid, or not valid opinion, but you have a right to have an opinion, but no, that's not part of the game. Yeah. It finally snowed here, but you know what? It is absolutely fucking gorgeous. My wife leaves for Peru today. I won't see her for a month. So I'm going to be in Florida for almost 2 weeks. And I'm looking forward to playing some 25-25 down there. And I know it's all PLO 5, so I started practicing a little bit more PLO 5 high only. Got it all in with a 9-9 Jack Queen King pre-flop for, it was like 600 pre. 3 ways. And I was ahead. The other guy had 3, 4, 4, 6, 6. Another guy had ace, queen, jack, like 3, 7. Are you looking for a place to play some online pot limit Omaha? Well, I have the place just for you. Donkfish and myself both belong to a club called The Madhouse. And let me tell you about this little place. It has PLO 4, PLO 5, PLO 6, PLO 4, 5 high-low, and PLO 6 high-low. Not only that, but right now, The Madhouse is doing a crazy, crazy special. If you join and you're a new player at the Madhouse and you join the Madhouse and you order a hoodie, which is going to cost you about 40 to 50 bucks, the managers are going to give you $100 in your account. That's right. That's a good special that they're running right now. Not only that, but when you bring a friend that joins the Madhouse, you're going to get 50 bucks and they're going to get 50 bucks. Oh my God. This is like a Christmas miracle that's happened. If you're looking for a good, reliable place to play online poker and you want to play with myself, you want to play with Donkfish, plus a bunch of whales and a couple of pretty good players as well, join the Madhouse. PP Poker, Club ID 1810023, where the only thing that's crazier than the chat is the action. Double suited, and I was like, holy shit, my nines are ahead. And the flop, no one paired. The turn, my nines were still ahead. And then on the river, when a 9 came, I actually thought I lost. I was like, oh no, did somebody make a straight? It was a fun hand. Yeah, so... yeah, online poker has been fun. I mean, it's fun when you're winning, trust me. Monday, I punted like $1,800. Just straight up fucking punted it up in the air. Just like full on best punter in the world. You know, everybody loves this punter. But I've made a little bit of a comeback this week, so. And I haven't smoked weed in like a week, so I am really fucking baked. But it's getting cold out here, so. I had the viewer comment, since you live in Michigan and you gotta do all your poker trips, how do you plan for one? Well, today's Thursday. I'm leaving for Florida on Monday, and I'm actually going to be driving a little bit before flying. That'll be on the next clip. But what I try to do, because I do tend to go super hardcore on my poker trips, is I try to take a few days completely off, where I don't do anything. I just watch TV, play video games. I'll play a few hours of online poker, maybe like 3 or 4. But like a normal week when I'm up here just grinding online, I'll play 40 to 50 hours, give or take a little bit. And on a travel week, I'll cut it down. So for example, last night I think I played 2.5, maybe 3 hours, won like $300. It's okay. The first session of the year I lost 1770, and then the next session I won like 800. So down like 600 for the year. But considering it's the 4th and I haven't played today at all, yeah, I'm okay with that. And I try not to do any work. So I try not to work on my garage. Try not to work playing poker. I just try to be completely relaxed so that way I can be completely reset. If you're curious what this rope is for, no, I'm not going to hang myself for all you haters out there. That's okay. My neighbor lost his horse through the woods. Just found her. I agreed I'd go look for the horse. So, you know, I had a viewer ask, what are the things you do to prep for a trip? Because they're from Michigan too. My guess is they're probably from downstate, maybe from northern downstate. I don't know. I didn't ask the viewer. I guess I should have. But first of all, just to give you an idea of how fucking beautiful it is here. Like, honestly, man, when you look at this and you see like the snow on each branch, I don't know. It's just a thing of beauty. I mean, it just looks gorgeous. It really does. Yeah, it's 28 degrees right now, or maybe, I think it was 22 this morning. Dude, on Sunday. And, you know, the first thing that I do, probably the week leading up to it, one of the first things that I do is I start adjusting my sleep schedule. So when I get back from a poker trip, I'm used to staying up until 5, 6 in the morning. Sometimes only 2, 3 in the morning, but I'm used to staying up later. So when I initially first get back, I try getting on a quote unquote normal schedule because my wife doesn't stay up all night. And I always feel like when I come home, my home is my vacation. So in order to prep for going on a long trip that I know I'm going to be up long hours of the night, I start staying up until 3 or 4 in the morning every morning. So like last night I was there till 4 in the morning. Also, I'm trying to prep for my 100 to 10K challenge. This is definitely the most challenging goal I think I've ever set for myself. I'm not sure if you guys realize how difficult of a challenge it is to buy into a cash game for $100 and 100 exit. Like literally, buy into a cash game and 100 exit in one session. You could rebuy as many times as you want, but the preparation in order to do that and stay at the same stakes, it's not like I'm buying into Big O and then when I rent it up to $1,000 or $2,000, I'm going to go sit at 5.5 PLO or 10.25 Big O. No, I'm going to grind 1.25 Big O. I've publicized it. I'm going to do it. So this week, it's Sunday, and I told Wayne, we kind of go over an itinerary. Now, between you and me, and anybody who has any kind of experience in poker trips, they know you could have a plan to do certain things, but first of all, when you're traveling with me, I don't plan anything. I tentatively plan it. And then I just put a little asterisk, like maybe I'll do this. Just like Daniel Negreanu's year-end video, quality over quantity is important. It's interesting to watch something like that and to see somebody who's been grinding for so long, just like myself, he's been grinding longer, to see the adjustments that you can still make as a professional poker player and reflecting back on things. And it's interesting that something like a date, the end of the year, can make that difference. Like, why didn't Mr. Negreanu realize that in September? Just like myself. You make an adjustment mid-year, but it's good that you can recognize those mistakes and adjustments. So I slept in until 12 today. The reason why I'm babbling about that is because when you're on a poker trip, if you have a specific itinerary that you plan on doing X, Y, and Z all the time, it's important that you make adjustments, so that's my plan initially, is to play Thursday through Saturday cash game. So land Monday, pick up Wayne I pick up Wayne Wednesday. My plan is to just belt out a nice 30 to 40 hour session right away. I'm going to get there. I'm going to rest. I'm not going to play much on a travel day. I'm going to play a little bit, but that's my goal because I have to practice long sessions for this challenge. I don't know if you'd say practice or trade, but I have to practice or I have to trade for this. And it is a pretty lofty goal. It really is. And here's the best part about this reality show that you guys are watching called, Life of a Grinder and the Professor or whatever, is I can't back down from it. I could fail miserably, and it's possible. And if I fail, though, that's okay. I want you guys to understand that. This is a concept that one of my absolute most favorite movies of all time, and yes, I'm a little buzzed. This is a moment that I like to call Stoned Thoughts of the Day. So everything you see after this are moments of me being purely stoned and just giving you my thoughts on random topics. It's 12 in the morning. I just got done eating breakfast. I normally don't drink twisted tea, but somehow I found that in my fridge. Somebody probably brought it over like 4 months ago on a game night or something. I don't know. But it's not open, so I'm going to drink it today. From failure, we learn. From success, not so much. It's from one of my all-time favorite movies, Meet the Robinsons. I absolutely love that movie. There's so many good parts in that movie. And I know you guys are like, what, Professor, are you now a fucking movie critic? No, but you can find inspirational movies even in Disney movies or Pixar movies. You learn sometimes more from your failures than from your successes. And so me making this announcement of this 100 to 10K challenge in one session on the same limit game with the max buy-in 500 and my max buy-in is going to be 100. The caveat of that is I'm going to give myself 3 attempts in Vegas, and I might fail every single one of them, and I'm going to tweet about it and post it on YouTube and Instagram the whole time. Not like a live stream. That's pineapple. It's okay. Yeah, so it's one of those things where I may fail, and for my haters out there, they'll be like, I'm so glad to see you fail. For the people who love me, I think you guys would be pumped about it. The worst part would be if I got it up to like $9,700 and then like ended the session with like $4 or $5 grand, you know, because it would be like, I was so close, but you know, that would really suck. But I think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I know I can do it. It just, how many attempts will it take is the question. Well, that's the question. I am stubborn, but I'm stubborn to a certain extent. So it'll definitely be interesting, you know. But yeah, what do I do to prep for a poker trip? I try to play as least amount of poker as I can. Problem with that is the online scene has just been so juicy that I have to play online. Like, my wife knows that if a game is good, I'm going to stay in the game. If a game is bad, I'm going to get up and leave. So when my wife and I travel together, if there is a casino, she knows when I'm like, hey, I'm going to go play poker, I could be home in like 3 hours. I could be home 12. Most spouses of poker players, whether it's recreational or professional, have a difficult time understanding that. I am stubborn. If the game is bad, I do have the ability to move tables. So last year when I ran it up to 4,800, something like that, while Wayne was playing the Raz tournament, I moved tables probably 5 or 6 times. I was just of the opinion I'm not going to sit at a table. I love my European viewers, but every time I had 2 Euros sit down, 2 European pros, or I would call them European pros, I got up and moved. If the table had 1 European on it, it was fine. 2, I got up and moved. I just found that European players play Big O tight, and they don't get out of line. They don't like to gamble. You know, that's why I have a shirt that says don't pay the net. It's like, when you're 8-handed and 25% of the table is generally a given, don't pay the net. You look around the table, and if there's like 1 or 2 old guys, 2 old guys and 2 European pros, I'm out. I'll go to the next table. I want somebody who wants to mix it up with me, especially if I'm on a 100 to 10K challenge, bro. Like, you know, I can't have a bunch of nits. You're not going to get there with a bunch of nits. That's for sure. I'm having a good day. I try to relax as much as I can. You know, just watch movies, hang out with the wife, build puzzles, do some shrooms, you know. That's why, again, when I'm at home, I feel like I'm on vacation. But when I'm at home on vacation and I'm able to play online poker, I'm living the dream, man. I am living my best fucking life. Yeah. This is really good stuff. Oh, man, it is cold out here. So peaceful. So quiet. This is my moment of zen. You know, I'm looking for a winter house like in Florida or Georgia or South Carolina. Keep bouncing between those 3 states. And, you know, it's nice when you live in the middle of the woods in 10 acres with snow. It's just so quiet out here. You know, you go to a winter house in the South, you're going to have neighbors, you know. Find your moment of zen. You know, I was looking up Charlie Kirk's Elite University because I found Charlie Kirk to be a very interesting spiritual poker player, and I was like, holy shit, I need to beat this guy. So that's one of the other things I'm going to do in Vegas is go out to lunch or dinner with Charlie Kirk. It's just really random thought of the day. The life of a gambler. It's interesting how, like, in this life, the spiritual journey we're on, that all of us have different experiences. Somebody might be working construction for a living. They have a totally different experience than somebody who paints. somebody who plays poker. You know, farbers have a different experience, man. Yeah. I don't even know if this is like good content. Oh, this is what happens when you don't smoke weed for like a week and then you get the strongest shit that Michigan has to sell. I think I'm going to go play some video games. And then I got to pack. Decisions. Now you got to decide, do I get the carry-on for $65? My plane trip, round trip, the cost of my flight there from Milwaukee to Orlando was $38. The cost of the flight back was $15. If you want to take a carry-on luggage, it's $65. So this is my big decision of the day. Do I pay basically $130 just to take bigger luggage with me? If the answer is no, is it because that the cost of the luggage is just way more than the cost of the ticket and you just have an ethical principle of paying more for that? Like you pay $55 round or $55 round trip for the ticket and then $130 round trip for your luggage. Maybe I could buy another seat for my luggage. I'm going to ask him when I get to the airport, can I just buy a seat for my luggage? It's cheaper than the ticket, than the luggage. New life hack when you fly Frontier. Just buy an extra seat for your luggage. Interesting. Yeah, well, I'm really baked. Rupert wants his ball. And I leave for Florida tomorrow. So play smart, everybody. Hopefully I'll see some of you there and run like a god.